Claire police tell us the investigation started on Wednesday, learning there are multiple victims, all of them minors. Well, I'm sure many of our viewers are filling up their plates with a big Thanksgiving dinner. Here at Irvine Park in Chippewa Falls, a new holiday is already being celebrated. We are at the opening day of the 38th annual Christmas Village. What we have gathered so far is that just a little bit before 1:30 today, a bomb threat was made at the Chippewa Falls High School. And from that point, students and staff from the high school were told to evacuate and come here to the middle school. Now that's where we are right now. The U.S. government has not forgotten about rural America. That's the message Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy and Congressman Derek Van Orden emphasized in Monroe County. Today, the defense suggesting that some of the questions investigators asked the suspect were leading and that it was not clear he could leave the interview if he wanted to. Now, this is the first time a presidential candidate has been in Eau Claire for 8 years now, and people I spoke with today say they hope this is something that they're going to see in the future. More candidates coming to Western Wisconsin and prioritizing this area. We don't know for sure how many people are at the La Crosse Center here tonight, but I did just speak with a Trump campaign staffer who says they're not letting anyone else in. But one thing that the crowd was really emphasizing was their support for Senator J.D. Vance, and that's something he says their campaign is going to need to win in November. Through all of these political visits, the common message has been get out and vote, with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz ending his speech today asking Wisconsin to win this thing for America. The election watch party for Rebecca Cook is expected to start in just under an hour, but for many on her campaign staff and Cook herself, this has been months, if not years, in the making. 9 bills were acted on today, with the Senate ultimately overruling all of them, and that included the $15 million to help address the hospital shutdown. Barron County had awful luck. Like, to put it bluntly, that's what it felt like, that you guys were always being hit. But do you feel like Barron County also has a charm, like some magic to it too?
Yeah, it's got a lot of resilience, I can tell you that.
The celebration is today from 5:30 to 7:30 at Liney Lodge, and it's free for anyone who wants to come out and meet Bucky Badger and just celebrate UW-Madison. I'm gonna go change and get in a little bit more of a festive spirit for our 6 o'clock show, so for now, I'm gonna send it back to you, Heidi.
This week, Congressman Derek Van Orden introducing a bill trying to crack down on speech that celebrates political violence and domestic terrorism.
It comes as the congressman called for the removal of federal funds from municipalities like Eau Claire after city council members made comments surrounding Charlie Kirk's death.
WEAU's Kim Leadholm sitting down with Congressman Van Orden today about this bill and has all the details.
Congressman Derek Van Orden says the federal government will, quote, no longer be funding hate. And that's why he says he introduced a bill that would prohibit federal funds from going to entities who employ people that condone or advocate for political violence or domestic terrorism.
And if you are espousing for political violence and terrorism, you can be arrested because it is, I'm telling you, black and white in the law. It's unlawful.
We asked Congressman Van Orden for more clarification on what kind of speech qualifies as political violence. The congressman didn't give us an example, instead referred us to the United States Code defining terrorism.
When you're breaking the law, which these people are, you need to be held accountable.
But political science professor Rich Postlethwaite with UW Stout says figuring out what constitutes as breaking the law could be a challenge.
But most of the time, if you're saying something bad about somebody, it doesn't constitute a violation of, it's free speech. It's not a violation of law. We can't legislate people's thoughts. We can't legislate people putting out, as long as it's not violent, as long as I'm not hurting you, as long as I'm not threatening to hurt you. I don't understand how it can't be considered free speech under the First Amendment to the Constitution.
In the days since Charlie Kirk's assassination, Congressman Derek Van Orden has made hundreds of posts on social media reprimanding individuals for comments they made after Kirk's death. That includes Eau Claire City Council members. We asked the congressman about these posts, saying they don't seem to be calling for violence. Here's what he said.
I'm going to say this one more time. If you look up the U.S. Code and read it, it is crystal clear that what they are saying falls under this U.S. statute. So it's a little frustrating when I have clearly intelligent people like yourself who can read that you don't do your homework before you conduct this interview. And you expect me to walk you through this completely.
If this bill makes its way through Congress, Postlethwaite says he would expect immediate legal challenges. Reporting in Eau Claire, Kim Leadholm, WEAU 13 News.
The imagination of kids is vast. One paraprofessional from the Osseo Fairchild School District is using her crochet skills to help some of their imaginations become a reality. WEAU's Kim Leadholm and photojournalist Jeff Ralph have the story.
Made with love. It's a saying we've all heard.
When I was laid up, I started watching YouTube videos and taught myself how to crochet. It was something to keep my hands busy.
And Kimmy Horn, a paraprofessional with the Osseo Fairchild School District, kept her hands busy to gift her students with something special.
A hat.
Something made with love.
It's Kimmy made it.
Printed out blank stocking hats and gave them to each of the kids. I said you can pick 3 colors, then just let them have creative control and just go for it.
And with that creative control, Miss Kimmy helped the kids create something amazing.
Yeah, but on the other side, there's no spot of blue.
A unique hat to represent them.
It gave me like a little bit of time where I was like almost like with the kid, like one-on-one time like with them. I see what they're drawing and it really is their personality, how they colored it in.
Whether the hat is mainly solid colors or full of spunk, it's special because it shows the students anything is possible.
Learning isn't just numbers and letters, like there are other lessons in there and just really instilling that confidence in them. Everything you imagine can become a reality.
Everything, even a hat that started as a piece of paper.
Knowing that what they can do, like, can actually become real, like, can just help with their learning throughout the years and just makes them so excited.
Hats and gloves can easily be lost, but at the Osseo Fairchild School District, there's some extra special hats.
This hat because Miss Kimmy made it.
Keeping heads and hearts warm.
This is the best thing ever.
In Osseo, Kim Leadholm, WEAU 13 News.
When heading to the movies, many expect to see some cool visuals on the big screen, a major draw for the whole experience.
But as WEAU's Kim Leadholm and photojournalist Jeff Ralph share, at Micon Cinemas you can see some impressive visuals before you even make it to your seat.
It makes me so happy that I'm able to do this for even in such a small community.
Heading into Micon Cinemas, there might be something that catches your eye.
I was very nervous, a little shaky for my first go around with the windows for sure. But now that I've been doing it for so long, it's almost like second nature to me.
Artwork.
There's this one is full of extra paint. These are both extras.
Taken years to perfect.
I usually, like the night before, I'll like look up a bunch of photos like about the movie. Sometimes the posters, sometimes just like other things other people have made.
Whether creating more realistic drawings of people like Megan Votland,
Figure drawing classes are my favorite ones because they are just people.
Or preferring other characters like Cece Thomas.
I usually do animated movies. I love drawing animal characters.
The movie murals at Micon Cinemas take hours, if not days, to complete.
Right now, I'm doing all the darks because it's easiest to see like through the light.
I feel like really relaxed when I draw. So whenever I'm having like a bad day or something like that, I'm like, well, I'll just like sketch a little bit. And it always, without a doubt, like makes me feel much better than I was.
Through these murals, the artist can reach new people.
I love talking to people about my art and seeing just how happy it makes them to see maybe like their favorite movie on the window or their favorite character.
But Micon Cinemas can also use the pieces to preview upcoming films.
There's the Coke. But that's like another reason why I do the paintings here is for marketing, to get people to come to the theater.
The art does more than that though. For Megan, it can help her prepare for a future job. She's going to school for scientific illustration. And for Cece,
I love being able to do this for such a wide range of people. I've always loved movies as well. It's just the perfect outlet for my creativity.
It helps her introduce people to her.
It's almost like a sense of identity, like it's who I am. Every artist has a unique style. Nobody's pieces are going to look exactly the same.
So the next time you go to Micon Cinemas, keep an eye out for the latest window mural and think about what or who you may be seeing.
When I get to see my art displayed, it's like, that's me.